Is it just you and me doing the show today? Is that what's going on? I mean, literally just Jared and me.
Matt just walked
walked in.
No Jason, no Squid. It's kind of disrespectful. Katie has a story she's trying to share.
Jason sprinted down the hallway with his butt wipes. So
he
might be a minute.
Boy.
Yeah, well, he said how much time. I said 5 minutes.
And he said, I'm going to try my hardest.
Oh.
Well,
but I didn't know what that meant.
Pushing.
Yeah. Can we call him? Let's call him in the bathroom.
Sure. But I mean, there's Squid.
Let's call him. I rarely have people's phone numbers memorized. For some reason, that one sticks.
Well, it's to avoid it when he calls. I know.
Next.
Hello?
Nope.
Nope. Don't tell me he didn't take his phone in the bathroom.
He's the one who wanted to know where I was going.
Yeah.
And you get IBS flare.
Call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available.
He was running with his butt wipes.
Take your phone, Squid, and go knock on the door. Report live to us.
Call in.
He's downstairs.
Okay.
Rod.
Call us on your way.
Call the hotline. And if you're going to use, we have 3 floors. If you're going to use the bathroom in a hurry, you use the one on this floor.
Well, not if he's doing what we think he's doing.
It's very disgusting.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And sometimes this is award-winning radio. And sometimes.
It's live, so you just never know.
There's that. What?
Oh,
hey.
trying to call you.
We were calling you we thought you were in the bathroom.
What's going on? It's live on there. We came back on the air, Jason.
Oh, I thought it was an off-air alarm.
Oh, no.
Well, in a way it is.
Kind of.
It's us.
You're off air.
We came back, and it was just me and Kate in here. Matt wasn't in here. Squid wasn't in here. You were like,
Yeah, I was in the
Don't know.
IBSing it, so I told you that. I said, how long do I got?
I said
You
5
said
minutes.
5 minutes, and
You took 5 minutes and 45 seconds.
Yeah.
No, more than that, like 7 minutes. But you know what I do when I use the bathroom? I set for the show, I set an alarm on my phone.
no.
But can you just
That alarm could have
cut it
went off.
I have to.
Oh.
That's
just have to.
insane.
I can't.
Can't.
Yeah. It's like if I have 8 minutes, which is rare, I'll do 6 minutes, so then I know.
You
I
can't.
You know why he can do that? Blood work's great.
Yeah.
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 It does
You
blood
know,
work.
Triglyceride numbers, you have it.
Yeah.
You would know.
You have triglyceride numbers like that, you can pinch off a poop.
Yeah.
I had blood work recently.
The rest
Yeah,
of us
numbers.
can't.
Phone's going off. I'm knuckle deep. I can't touch the phone. I can't. I couldn't touch it.
No, I understand.
I thought it was the off-air alarm going off because you know when that goes off, the
Yeah.
phone goes off. And
Yeah.
We're good. So, we just wanted, everyone in here when Katie was
Quite
sharing
a
her story.
predicament.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't Squid. No excuse for him. He's just walking around.
No, yeah, I was getting more beef jerky.
His second bag of the day.
when I was running out of the bathroom downstairs, Squid's walking downstairs. I'm like, we have an off-air alarm going off. He's like, I'm like, no, that's not cool.
laughed, More or less, yeah.
I'm Squid. I don't care at all about anything.
Mouth
Can you
full
put the
of
station
dried
back
meat.
on? Well, rather not. Rather do this first. What?
Yeah.
You're about to wrap, Squid. He's like, no, I'm going to eat this jerky
Nah.
real quick. Slam these Doritos
Prime
in my face.
rib bites. Yeah.
Yeah.
Prime rib.
All right. Well, anyway, while the world really, but especially in America, the entire country will be watching the Super Bowl. Katie will not be. She'll be participating in the least, I'm calling football-y thing in the world.
For the first time in my life, I will be attending an all-women's church retreat.
Oh, wow.
What?
I don't understand.
On
What?
Super Bowl
Never done
Sunday?
this before in my life.
You know a woman planned it because no man
No
would
doubt.
plan anything on Super Bowl Sunday.
And
No doubt.
I did not even, when a good friend of mine named Mary asked me to join her at this retreat. And it's called Journeying.
Is she Satan?
Wow.
Why would she,
Wow.
does she not even enjoy getting together with people? It's more than the
That's-
Super Bowl. It's the gathering of family and friends and everything
I
else.
think it's kind of thoughtful, though. You're out of the husband's hair for the night. You
No.
just get-
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Well,
the guys just get to watch
Let the man
football.
watch the game.
I mean,
Yeah.
they have my
Let
kids,
the man work.
but
That
whatever.
is an American
Yeah.
tradition that brings family and friends together and goes well beyond the game. I cannot believe that.
I think that we will be finished with the retreat in enough time to be able to see the game, but not in, like, I don't know for sure the start and the end time. So I, not enough to make a plan.
Okay, let me ask
to-
you, does church retreat mean no drinking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't think about that.
I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
You're not going to a vineyard.
They're not going to. Yeah.
Going to
You know,
a vineyard.
It's not in a
God's-
winery.
Yeah, didn't Jesus Christ say the gods of the wine, blood, or something?
You're right.
I
You're
don't
right.
I'm not sure if that was a
think
sentence.
he said
but
that.
That's
You've
right.
been to church twice, you know.
You have lunch with your pastor occasionally.
Is what you were trying to say that Jesus turned water into wine? Is that where
I
you were
don't know. I
going?
always hear that drinking wine, except
It's the
for
blood of
You
Christ.
drink wine at communion.
I do know like that when alcoholics hear anything about wine in the Bible, they really latch onto that.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you?
Of course.
Yes, if
like
it says
anything
that your communion is soda, you'd be like, hell yeah.
You darn right it is.
He turned water into Diet Dr. Pepper. You're
Yes.
like,
I
yes,
know
he did.
you guys, the Church of Jesus Christ Saints, believe that they should not drink alcohol, and that's fine.
Sure,
but
yeah.
do other, like Christians, do they have church functions that ever have alcohol because of that?
Yeah, I mean, the Catholics are good.
At church functions, though,
Well, there's like I think it's like off.
if you're going to a friend's house.
Yeah, like maybe if you do, like I know for example, there was at one point, and I think they're trying to bring it back, like a woman's Bible study, but it's also like a wine and cheese. Now you're not getting ripped, but
Right.
yeah.
I remember
but
back
they
in the
offer-
day, and it wasn't just a Catholic church, but it stood out to me because it's just different because the way I grew up and everything is that they used to have like ashtrays in the foyer of some Catholic churches. I
My
swear.
Are
gosh.
you thinking? Are
Yes,
you
I am.
thinking of
No.
where the holy water font is?
It's
Those
in the
are
church.
Yeah, holy water.
No, I
when
saw
you
people
walk
putting their
in?
cigarettes out.
Oh,
This was I was a
Really?
kid.
I guess it was
And
so
it was-
common.
I'm almost positive St. Paul's, which you go to
yes,
now, right?
I do.
It's on the street I grew up on.
Oh yeah.
And it was earlier. I remember we'd play basketball. They used to have basketball goals out there, and they don't anymore. But we used to play basketball, and we're going in water, and there'd be ashtrays and people putting out cigarettes. And I'm like, huh.
Really?
Maybe that's short lived. I mean, I was a young kid.
This was outside.
and this
like
was
there
smoking
like
was
a-
not like, not smoking. It's like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, it was like when you first walked in, I saw cigarette butts in this. It was like an ashtray.
That's very
You know how they
interesting.
used to have trash cans and like the top would have like a little.
Yeah.
Some old school
Yeah.
ones would have like a little ashtray on
Yeah.
the top. It was that.
Well, St. Paul's doesn't look like that anymore.
No,
I mean,
no,
when you
this
go
is
in,
years ago.
but in older, more like, for example, Our Lady of Grace, right? If you've ever been to Our Lady of Grace, and you guys have all been,
Yes.
we did attend a funeral there
That's right.
together. But when you walk in, there are these little fonts when you walk through the doors that hold holy water, and we dip our fingers in the holy water and then do the sign of the cross when we walk
Right.
in.
It wasn't
So I was
that.
like, is that what you're thinking
No,
of?
no.
You just put your butts in there.
Now, if they did
How
that,
terrible.
they need to go to hell if they do
Yeah,
that.
oh, yeah.
I'm not Catholic, but that's messed
I'm
up.
pretty sure that's sacrilegious.
Yeah, but this was a long time
Is
Yeah.
ago.
the priest of the Catholic Church allowed to have wine outside of the church?
Yes, absolutely. Yes, some
Very
of the,
important
Some
for
of the
Jason.
best priests I know growing up, they used to come to our house and drink wine and smoke a cig.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, growing up, yeah.
Praise
And this-
be.
I remember.
Peace
I
be with you.
remember. Yep.
Yeah.
I can't speak for all priests, but those are the ones that I knew.
The ones you
know?
liked.
Yeah, when they came to our family functions.
From the outside of looking at both circumstances, it's interesting to see the interpretation completely different on that subject when it comes to the Mormons of Christ
The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Go ahead.
That.
Yep.
and the Catholic Church.
Well, and the most interesting thing for me about this weekend that I'm going on, it's the journeying for women, where you've been, where you are,
Ugh.
and where you're going. Stop.
Wow.
I'm branching out. It's not a Catholic.
Is this
event.
a feminist church movement?
It's for women. It's for women.
What
and
do
they
you
do
do?
all sorts of women things
Where are you
and all
going?
this. So we're going to Lynchburg, Virginia.
I used to work
Yeah.
at a radio station in Roanoke. I used to hit
Are
that.
you familiar with
Watch out, the syphilis rate there is sky high.
Oh gosh.
the
Jason can tell you where the best
syphilis
bars
rate?
are.
Yes, because it's
Watch
a
out,
school.
Katie.
It's always been like that because Radford School, all the girls there, you know.
Oh, my cousin went to Radford.
See?
Not to paint with a broad brush, but all the girls there have syphilis.
And I'm
If
pretty
you
sure-
go, you will have syphilis.
I'm pretty sure my friend that I'm going with also went to Radford. But anyway,
Yeah.
side
Watch
note.
out.
No, but it's first of all, I don't have to worry about syphilis because I'm not going to go sleep with anybody.
No,
while
but
I'm,
your friends could have it.
I'm not gonna. That's
You can
not,
get that from toilet seats, you know.
How in the world do we talk about a women's church retreat and then we throw in
You
syphilis?
said they went to Radford. That's
You
why.
brought up Radford. I didn't bring up Radford.
You have to actually have to blame you, Katie, for the syphilis thing, because for no reason you sent some syphilis rates to our group text. We're like, okay.
And now I hear advertising about it on the air.
Yeah, it's kind of like when you buy a car, then you see that car everywhere you go.
Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah.
I brought up the syphilis because there was a brand new thing on Daily Mail, like a report where
Big
it says
story.
people will now know if you have syphilis. And I said, listen, all you singletons on our show, you better watch out. You don't have the syphilis because it's going to show up on your hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're all going to know. Like,
Right.
Squid has syphilis.
What's there to
coming in
do in
wearing gloves.
Lynchburg?
Anyway.
It's a very small town,
Yes.
and unless you go to Radford, it's not much going on.
Well, there's a campground there, and I think I'm saying it properly. Eagle Erie.
Mm-hmm.
There's a camp. It's like a big conference center, and then campground, and you can go and stay for the. Apparently, lots of people go.
But what are you
of all
doing?
denominations? I don't know.
You're just going to a campground and just sitting around talking about
Well,
Jesus?
it's a woman's retreat. I don't know if it's. I think it's about. I don't know.
Like, are you supposed to prepare and bring
know.
certain clothing or something?
Well, here's the thing.
Are you supposed to bring a cooler? I don't know.
They said bring your Bible.
Let's check in live at the women's retreat, Super Bowl Sunday. Let's go live to Katie on the sidelines. What are y'all doing?
I have no idea.
No, man. I'll send it back to you.
I'm very excited though because I've always wanted to go on one of these,
Yeah.
you know, because I'm intrigued to find out what happens. But they did say bring your Bible, and I thought, well, can I bring my Catholic Bible, or do I bring because it's through First Baptist
Are there
Greensboro?
different Bibles?
Yeah.
Isn't the Catholic Bible, it has a cutout and there's like a liquor bottle in there? Is that the It's a joke, Katie.
If my priest is listening, that was
Church
Jared.
of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Katie, but there's different Bible? I thought
Yeah,
that's like the
there's a million
Old
different ones.
Testament, the New Testament. They changed.
Well,
Those
first
are
of all,
books in the Bible.
the Catholic is the OG, just so you know.
Yeah.
gonna throw that
Bible
in there.
means many books, but there's different interpretations.
So when you're reading the Holy Bible and you get this at the store, at the bookstore, they have the Holy Bible. They're all saying something different?
It's the same, like you'll be reading from Matthew. There's no like different books. Like,
Right.
but they might be like I think I could have this wrong, the New International. There's one version where they kind of write it out instead of the Old English translation of it. They write it out in like how you would speak.
Okay, so when I go to the summit, they have every once in a while he put on he'll say like a line, it's like
verse.
referenced by somebody, Matthew or whatever it is.
You know.
Isn't that the exact quote that he said or no?
It should be. If he does chapter and verse, then it should be what it is, but it depends on their
Version.
Depends on the
like
version.
we'd use the King James version at our church.
Okay, but either Matthew said it or didn't say it.
But also if you change I'm not saying anyone's doing it wrong, but like
They're just different.
but if
They're-
someone, the way it was written then and it's been translated into multiple languages, it could lose some of its meaning if it's interpreted incorrectly.
Like Jason, you say stuff all the time that you're convinced we all misinterpret.
Right. But we could all say the
But
same
I was
line and
thinking
be
that
like,
the same line was just interpreted differently because when he
correct.
puts the
Yes.
quote on the screen, it's definitely not like how we would say it.
it's like the Old English, like thee and
Yeah.
thou.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
And
probably
also,
King James.
if it's a direct quote and there's quotations, then it better be exactly as
Right.
written.
Well, I don't know if it does. It just has like a dash and then a name and then some numbers.
yeah,
Oh.
then like a colon.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. And mine's a study Bible, so it has all sorts of different annotations in there and different things, and then it has the history and there's a couple it's just
yeah.
it's a study Bible. So I thought, well, I guess it's the only one I have. We have a family Bible, but that hasn't been opened in like
Dust,
I don't
dust
know.
that sucker off.
yeah. But I have my study Bible, and that I have things that I can take notes and
I like that.
markers and little tabs and stuff. So I'm just bringing that, and I don't know if I have to bring a journal. I mean, I guess I'm not sure. I'm excited.
I'm on their
about
website.
It.
I'll do some digging for you because their
Yes?
website looks really nice.
Yes, it's a
It
very
says,
nice one.
Experience a Christ-centered environment.
hmm And I'm going for the camaraderie. I'm going to learn more. I just don't know what we're learning, but I've always wanted to go on one of these, and it's a women's retreat, and so I said, yes, I will.
Do you know the denomination of the
It's First Baptist.
It's Baptist? Okay.
Mhm, First Baptist of Greensboro.
Wait,
is,
so
is-
that-
No dancing.
they don't dance at
I
the
don't know.
Baptist?
I hate when people say stuff like that and you really don't know. But I've
Oh.
heard that
Wait,
before.
First
They say that about us.
Baptist-
It's not
They
true.
dance. They dance.
That's
yeah.
not your church.
No, I'm Catholic, but this
So
is for
are you
this
committing a
Baptist.
sin for going to another?
No, it's not. It's just not my denomination, but it's still faith based.
Which I
Okay.
like. That's cool.
Yeah, and women based.
Jason,
And so,
they do have cornhole boards.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Well, I can't play cornhole good without something in my left hand.
and we all
The
know
Bible?
what that is.
Oh.
Yeah, the Bible and a cross.
It's a counterbalance.
Right?
Now, Katie, I can't help but take something a little personally.
What?
Is that Katie won't drive 20 minutes to my house for a Super Bowl party. 2 years in a row.
Uh-huh.
But she'll travel to Virginia to someplace she has no idea what's going to happen.
And that means that she
On
is
Super Bowl
basically
Sunday.
saying she'd rather
Yes.
have more fun at a church retreat
You
in
ha-
Lynchburg with syphilis than to go to your party.
You have supported many things in the past.
Yes,
but I'm
I
like,
have.
wow.
Yes, I have. Plus, when I was invited very nicely on this retreat, it was made months ago.
No, I remember you got
Months in
invited because
advance,
you're like,
yes.
this is the thing. I don't know exactly what it is. I'm like, oh, cool. I didn't know it was
Yeah.
Super Bowl Sunday.
So yeah, I didn't really either. I hadn't looked at the calendar. I know I will be able to see some of the game, so I'm not concerned about that at all.
Okay.
But I just didn't want to commit to any plans in case it goes later. We don't get home because Lynchburg is still a couple hours away.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so I just didn't want to commit to anything. Plus, I'm sure, when I get home, I'm probably going to be in charge because coming off a women's retreat, been away with the kids all weekend.
Oh,
You do it all the time, though.
Mm-hmm,
you know
that's
what you
true.
could do? You could stop in Roanoke. It's not far away. They have a downtown area with some clubs and bars.
I still have to get home.
Yeah.
They're probably taking a bus.
Church bus.
No,
Church
we're
van?
going separately.
Driving separately?
Yeah, driving
Okay.
separately.
Very progressive.
What?
Now, but they're going to have men driving you, right?
Yeah. Normally, Baptist
Y'all
churches,
would
it's
get there,
like
right?
one of the men are going to drive you in the bus and drop you off.
My understanding
they'll be
is
back
it's
on
very
Sunday.
progressive.
They'll be back on Sunday with syphilis ready to take you on.
Down me with the syphilis. I have to face these women later. My God.
But not too close. No, I didn't say anything about the syphilis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does one do on a retreat? Because I've never been.
Well, I know,
Depends
like,
what kind of retreat.
The women's retreat.
Depends on what kind of retreat.
Wait, if you're in your church,
like
Jared,
they
what
have
do they
like,
do?
they have like a youth conference every year.
Yes.
And, it's 14 to 18, and they go, they'll go to some college campus or, they'll go to D.C. and different things.
Yeah.
But all the things, they have activities that are
Okay.
all, faith-based, but also like fun stuff. I mean, so I think it'll be doing just different activities that are faith-based. Maybe, I don't know.
Okay.
Based
For
on
younger
looking
people,
at
they play
their-
games and stuff and
Yeah.
sports, and, then there's some, class type stuff. But for the most part, it's like, you're having a good time, but then they put the faith stuff in there.
Their
Yeah.
website's showing a lot of like music and singing and outdoor activities and stuff.
Is there a pillow fighting tab or no? Is
I
that
don't
not on
see
that?
pillow fighting. They do
Okay.
have dinner. I do see like the dining hall.
Guys ruin this for me.
We already have.
And I
Oh, yeah.
you
I don't
absolutely
know.
have.
It's disappointing.
When I
it is.
Why?
I don't-
I'm
like,
trying to
I'm actually happy for you,
branch out and
Yeah.
better myself through a journeying retreat.
I'm actually think it's good for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Me too.
Their mission is to provide a Christian environment where people discover, develop, and nurture their spiritual lives
I don't like
through
this.
worship.
My mom has been on many of these trips.
She has.
Oh,
yes,
here we
many,
go.
and she's like, growing up, my mom was a pastor.
Right.
Yeah, so she's like either been a part of like the
church is
the
this?
organization behind the weekends.
They let her talk in church.
Sorcery.
But,
She a witch.
but yeah, no, she always loved them and always talks highly of them. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you'll probably cry a bunch and have a great all these emotional moments and love
Oh,
it,
yeah.
and then come back feeling like a new person.
Good.
And then we'll ruin it as soon as you get back.
That's
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
She's gonna come back as a lame person because what happens is it's like you're
Jason.
Katie. You did what you did. You're already you got that mom persona now, and that took you out of the cool a little bit.
Yeah, you used to be a
Now
degenerate,
Oh.
Katie.
You're
Come
going
on.
alone as a mom on a church group trip. I get the religion, all that great, but alone on a church
I'm not
group
alone.
retreat for
I'm
the
with
weekend.
several. I'm with
Yes,
like
of those
50
people.
other women.
Of those people.
What do you mean?
Oh,
those
those people.
people?
Oh.
How judgy of you!
Yes.
And by the way, need I remind you that you are a father, so
Yeah,
you're out of
and?
the cool now too. Then I guess
Right. I'm not going to go all the way there and go on church group trips for the weekend.
you sit
Katie.
down with your pastor and have lunch on a daily basis.
He's going for the syphilis.
I have to defend Jason here.
Thank you.
He is
And he's a Mormon.
he is so cool that all he talks about is pots and pans and knives.
Yeah.
So I mean,
That's the
do that.
coolest.
I'd rather do
Thank
that.
you, Jared. Thank you.
I'd rather
Thank you.
do that.
Yes, I am going to come back a better person, and you are going to stay the same.
You're
probably
morphing.
backslide.
You're morphing next year into having a Super Bowl party like Jared.
No.
Lame.
No.
And that's what's so rude is that I always supported Jason's Super Bowl parties. I always thought it was very kind, and I would compliment him all the time. Like,
Yes.
did I not?
Yes, you did.
And even if it wasn't convenient for me because of the kids or the kids were younger at one point, it was hard. I'd always be there and show up and have a good time. And then I send a text, hey, anybody coming to the party? And Jason goes, hell no. It's not necessary.
He did.
It's not necessary. It's already enough for me to be vulnerable to let Jason in my house.
You
right.
have already, when I put you on an invite before, like put no and maybe, and no, it was a whole battle with you coming. Like my whole Super Bowl party revolved whether Jared was showing up or not.
Why?
I was extending an
It was
invitation
one
to be
time
nice.
out of 10 years to be nice.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that also, too, like, I didn't expect any of y'all to come. Squid came last year. Jason came for a little bit. Matt's never come to my house. Katie's never come to my house.
Not
I
your
went-
new
I went
one.
to your old
Not
house.
your
But you came-
new
but you came
one.
to
I didn't
but
come to your old
yes.
house.
And Katie's never had any of us at our house for anything
You know
ever.
what I was just thinking is that now
You have
that
a
the
nice
kitchen
house.
is done, I'm
Oh,
more
boy.
open to throwing some
That's
parties.
going to be a tough one.
Can I bring my own knives that are terrible?
Sure.
I'd like to rip my steaks.
The thing is,
I like serrated.
I'm not going to serve you steak.
I'm gonna bring plasticware.
The thing is that if I invite you into my home,
You know I won't judge it.
I don't think any of you guys would, but Jason will be going through
Yes.
all of my
It's
cabinets,
going to be
Oh,
very
yeah.
difficult.
all of the rooms,
Sniffing
all
your underwear,
of the
yep.
yes.
Well,
Why is he in the crawl
then I'm
space?
like, well, you can go in the crawl space. It's very beautiful down there. You could eat down there if you wanted.
I will tell you this. If I go to Katie's, the problem is not that I'm going to be like, judging like in a negative way. It's going to influence me to all of a sudden realize I need this in my kitchen.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a problem. I guarantee it because she had the kitchen redone and everything else. And she matched what the kitchen looks like to go in the kitchen. That's the thing.
Well-
And I don't like to, keeping up with the Joneses, we all do it to a certain extent, but Katie has a beautiful kitchen island that's nicer than yours.
oh, I'm sure
And
way
so-
nicer.
Oh, yeah.
You used to have a nice
Yeah, I
kitchen
had a
island.
Mon-Sat marble and granite. So
Yeah.
she can, Jason will be leaving with your trying to get the exact kitchen island in his house.
Probably, probably.
Yeah.
Beautiful, just island slab. It's fantastic. But I really did think about that because I said once it was finished, I was going to start having you guys over if you wanted to.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
And-
tomorrow or anything.
And Squid,
But-
even though he has this like really nice toaster of mine, not one time been invited.
No, I invite you over every day, dude. You're always welcome.
invited
Every
me over
day.
once.
Every day.
An open invite.
Never
Send me,
heard
the
you
door's
say it.
open. The
send me your
door's-
address right now.
What's
Well,
mine is yours.
Listen,
Yeah.
he won't come.
Yeah.
He won't come because he has to climb up 3 flights of stairs.
You don't have an
That's true.
elevator?
No, I don't. No.
I wonder
He's
if I
forget
get paraglide from somewhere.
Drop in.
Literally.
Literally.
And Matt would know. I don't even know where he lives. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't
I'm not
either, to be
gonna fight
honest.
When I think of going to Katie's house for some reason, it's hard to imagine you guys being there. But
Why?
I feel like
The pores
if
of the
we
show.
if we were going over there, it would be talking about exquisite wines and the aroma of what's in there until about 9:30, 10, where it starts breaking down and it becomes sloppy.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
true.
you forget
That's
though.
when we'll show up.
Yeah, you forget that my family lives there, so ain't really that classy.
Oh.